Hello, hello, and welcome, or should I say ho, 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 Christmas cousins? I'm Cousin Chad.
And I'm the ailing Cousin Seth.
Cousin Seth, oh my. Cousin Seth is here. He's sick. We have a very special guest to announce, but just before then, if you're brand new to the show, now, Seth, as you know, we're up to, I think, 26.1 million daily listeners, but there are still, over 100 million people that aren't listening that we'll get.
Yeah.
We'll get them. We'll get them by the end of December. But I'm Cousin Chad. I love the holidays. I really do. It's so fun. If you're watching this on YouTube, my background, I'm like stuck in a snow globe, which is awesome. Our live studio audience is still clapping and going crazy. My dear Cousin Seth was doing nothing. He was meandering about his days with quotidian activities like getting black coffee when his options were peppermint mocha or gingerbread and all this fun stuff. He was missing out. I said, Seth, you're crazy. Let's stop this Michigas. Let's go and have some holiday fun, and let's do it. I've been taking him on a journey. We didn't know if one person would listen, two people. Now we're in the multi-tens of millions daily, and that's a factual number. That's Cousin Seth hand counted. So if you want to see his scribblings to check it, we can verify it. But most importantly, Seth, we have a returning Christmas cousin, one of our favorites, one of the fan favorites, a fellow Udell Blue Hen as well. We have from ChristmasEveryMinute.com, the seminal, the ultimate Christmas website going right now, if you ask me, for all your Christmas minute needs, because every minute you could use a little Christmas, which I love. Everybody, welcome back to the show. Cousin Chris from ChristmasEveryMinute.com. Thank you for joining us again.
Oh, it's a thrill to be, the unrelated by blood cousin.
Yes.
Into the show.
Well,
and you get
we
all
did
the
discuss.
so.
Yeah, we talked about doing a blood oath with Chris a couple episodes ago, Seth, and that could happen. If we could figure out the technology over Zoom, that would be cool. Right. Seth, will you do a finger prick right now and put your blood to the video camera?
Yeah,
one way to do it. Okay,
we do that. I think you do it with your iPhone now.
I'll take that.
That's right.
That's okay. I'm game.
Okay, good. Well, Chris, the nice thing is Cousin Seth is here and he's sick and he's still joining us. What a trooper. It's really amazing. Seth, what is going on with you? Is everything okay?
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know if it's allergies or what. I feel okay for the most part, a little run down, but yeah, I don't know if it was my walking home Friday night after my whole little car debacle. So, but yeah, everything just caught up with me, or maybe it's my body just purging before the season, really clearing some space.
Or
let's be replaced. What's that?
Or could I proffer another possibility that it's yearning for eggnog? And
yes, I like that. I think the crowd likes that.
Find out that's the cure-all,
right?
That would be interesting.
I mean, if you would, yeah. Seth, do you have any eggnog at your house right now? Because he sent me a picture from the grocery store. Talk about a tease. What a mean cousin. He sends me a picture of all this eggnog. I'm talking like 5 different flavors. So I'm like, this is going to be great. The greatest show ever. We're going to break records bigger than the MASH series finale, I'm thinking. And I text him later. I go, so when are we doing this eggnog tasting episode? He goes, oh, I didn't get any. I just sent you the picture. I was so crestfallen, Chris. It was like,
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
I recognize, after that, I recognize the unusual behavior because I was with Mrs. X. I don't know if you saw in one of the, it was a lady's hand holding one of the bottles of eggnog or one of the cartons. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she puts it back. I take the picture and everything. She's like, which one are you going to get? I'm like, oh, no, I'm just sending the picture. She's like, what's wrong with you?
And that was mean. And yes, I noticed that a lady's hand's holding it because Chris, when Seth sends me a picture, I dissect every minute of it like it's the Zapruder film. I look frame by frame. I look with a magnifying glass, see anything I can. And right now behind him, I see there's a new Queen poster. Not very Christmassy, but Queen is great.
Yeah, I had to cover up some holes where I had a guitar hanging. So
okay.
They put that over it.
That's not where you swung the guitar into the wall?
No.
Right?
Well, it could have been.
On an upcoming episode. Seth, I do. You do have a nice logo, a Christmas Cousins pod logo. Maybe that should be in the frame somewhere. Yeah. Just a thought.
Do that. I mean, I'll go back to my old school.
Oh, there you go. That's nice. That's beautiful.
I'll go back to the future episodes. Or I could do a little rearranging and put that.
Okay. Chris, look at that. He's got drums, guitars. This guy's living the dream. It's really amazing. I have nothing behind me but cookies and stars. And Chris, your background is as plain as it gets.
It's exciting. I know.
It really is. What paint color is that on your wall? Is that Cousin Seth by Sherwin-Williams right now on your wall?
No, it's actually called Black.
Oh, yeah.
Sensitive eggshell.
Black.
L-E-C-C.
Yes, Seth after eggnog. That's the color. But Chris, you're not here just to talk about Seth's background, although we could do it all day. I know. You're here. We want to talk about what you're up to with your website, christmaseveryminute.com. You've got some lists to go over. You've got some recommendations for Seth, and you share some commonality with a dear friend of our show, Cousin Joe, the Christmas aficionado. You even have the same ornament from his ornament haul. That's very exciting. People are dying to see what the ornament is that's overlapping. Right. So I think we should lead with that, Chris. Let's get into it. So what is your history with getting Hallmark ornaments? And do you get them every year? Do you get a lot of them? Just only if it's one that really strikes your fancy, as they say?
Yeah. I mean, unlike Joe, Joe of the aficionados, because I see there's more than one now.
Right. That's right.
This is probably, I think, maybe my second Hallmark ornament ever.
Oh, wow.
I bought one way back in the day. I think it was the original Star Trek Enterprise from the original 60s series. So I'm sort of obsessed with 60s television shows. So this one that I got this year, so again, rare occasion, is the Batman and Robin, the one that you talked about in your previous episode. It's the wall scaling.
Yes. See that one, Seth? You love the one that makes Seth giggle. That
one. We revert back to children.
Yes.
So if anyone's familiar with the old show, anytime Batman and Robin were scaling the building, somebody would pop their head out of one of the windows in the building. And these were folks who, at the time, the show was so popular, they were dying to get on the show as a
I didn't know that.
Pop-up cameo. And
like a Laugh-In almost, where they pop their head through the...
And they open the window and they pop out and say something. They had people like, Sammy Davis Jr. There was just a slew of guest stars. But the ones that I remember are in character. If you remember the original Addams Family.
Yes.
Ted Cassidy, who played Lurch, sticks his head out.
Oh, wow.
Lurch voice. And then, of course, those who love Christmas, and you're listening now because you do. Santa Claus even popped his head out in
no way.
December issue and asked Batman and Robin if they could give him the address of the Batcave so he'd leave them some presents.
I didn't realize that. I didn't remember that.
Souls they gave Santa Claus the exact location of the Batcave, and he promised to either come through the cave itself or slide down the bat pole to give him the presents.
Right. Wow. So what would they say? Like when Lurch came out, did he say like you rang, or did he say something else? Oh, that's what he said.
The things that they would say, or they would ask him a question: "Have you seen something?" Or
Right.
But it was always clever and funny, and there were a lot of stars of the day that probably a lot of folks would never remember today. Art Linkletter, and there were a slew of. Frank Sinatra wanted to appear on the show, although he never popped out of a window. But
oh, really? Oh, okay. Did he ever make it on the show or no?
I don't think he did.
Okay.
He apparently I think he wanted to play the Joker. But
really? Oh, that would have been cool. Art Linkletter, he was like an early day version of a podcaster, right? He was a radio guy, so that would have been we would have had him on, but he's not available anymore. Even Seth, you can't even make that happen, unfortunately.
Right. No amount of money.
Well, so you got that ornament. Now, were you how did you know about that specific ornament? Did you hear it from Joe talking about it and go out and get it, or did you see the catalog?
No, I had gotten the catalog early on, and I saw that it was going to be available on October 12th. So
see that, Seth, once I'm done editing it, see that he heard that Joe got it on our show and ran out and got it. I can't believe that. That's amazing. The influence we have. Really cool, right? Yeah. And audience, what do you think? Amazing.
I did, but like Joe, I did use the wish list guest option for the ornament for the first time. So they hold it for you, and then you go in.
I know you said it's your second Hallmark ornament you've gotten, but do you normally get the Dream Book? Or you flip through it?
I do.
Okay.
I just love everything about Christmas. So even if I don't regularly get Hallmark ornaments, I always sort of wander through, and then here was this one. I was like, oh, I gotta have this one.
That's incredible. That's incredible restraint. Doing for years, like all of them. I mean, it's like
Really?
waiting for that one.
Yeah, well, I do get a lot of ornaments during the year. I think we might have talked about this in an earlier episode. When I go to all the national parks, I always get an ornament, or if I go to some iconic place, like I went to Graceland this year, so I got an Elvis.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Seth would love that.
4 times. I've never gotten one. But
you weren't on your journey yet.
Right.
I know.
There you go.
I have an excuse to go back.
That's
right. Seth, isn't that when you used to go to that hotel with the ducks in the lobby? Is that where when you would go to Graceland? Yeah.
Yeah, when they walk the ducks through the it's actually very cool.
I saw it.
Yeah. Oh, you saw that too?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Seth sent me a picture of that once. I'm like, what kind of low rent hotel is he staying at with ducks in the lobby? Right. But it shocked me knowing Cousin Seth.
I had to sleep on the roof with them, but whatever.
By like a stream of rats that came in right.
Yeah, no, that's where I would stay. Seth would never stay there. Right. Yeah, the rat parades and somewhere. So, but I know you have some lists we're going to go over and some recommendations for Seth for his upcoming holiday season. Chris, so where would you like to go next?
Yeah,
lists or Seth recommendations?
Because part of it, part of it is around ornaments, and so I know from the last episode, or I think it was the last episode or the one right before it. Seth, you talked about not having ever been into a Hallmark store during the holidays.
Yeah, never.
Shocking. And it needs to be corrected.
Yes. And have you gone, Seth? You have not gone yet.
I haven't. I feel like it's going to be a big event. If I can't just pop in,
that's true.
I think I need to go with an agenda or something. I mean, I guess I do have one. Well, a podcast around Christmas and Hallmark stuff.
I would say this. So anytime you walk through the Hallmark store during the holidays, it is like a winter holiday wonderland. It'll immediately get you in the mood, whether you walk out of the store with purchasing anything or not.
Yeah.
But it's I would run to the nearest store to you. If you happen to find an ornament to your liking, you can continue to build your ornament collection. Seth, I know you're just starting. I think you had like 2 last year.
Well, it's kind of up in the air. So let's say 3. A couple of them. A couple of the Nutcrackers took a header into the floor, and so now there's 3.
Right.
But he did pick some up, Chris, while he was journeying. Even over the summer, I think when he went away, he got some ornaments and stuff. So that was a cool growth. He has it right here. Let's see. Look at this.
I got this one, which I'm really excited. It's a bourbon barrel from the Blade and Bow distillery in Kentucky. And then I have this one too.
Look at this, Chris. Isn't this such amazing growth? This makes me so happy. Look at this guy on his desk within arm's length in October, no less.
That's crazy. Well, what's even crazier is that Seth and I in the same year bought ornaments in Kentucky.
Oh, really?
What overlap? Where did you have in Kentucky?
Where were you? To see Mammoth Cave National Park.
Okay.
But I also went to the Louisville Slugger manufacturing facility and tour.
Yeah, we did it as well.
Little baseball bat ornament.
Oh, you did.
Oh, nice.
I've been trying to figure out how to fashion this thing into an ornament, but it's better in my car. It serves a little more purpose.
It's in my closet, the same bat, but I bought a tiny one for an ornament. Hey, you could hang that on the tree. It might bring your whole tree down, but
right. No, Seth is getting a 23-foot tree. I mean, he's got room for it, and so that bat will look like a small ornament actually by comparison. I like that Mammoth Cave National Park. I've never been, but I'm seeing pictures of amazing caves there. Wow, I'd love to go.
Cave system in the world, yeah.
So, and here's the other one, the South Haven one. This was early in my journey, so.
Oh, you're on a roll.
He is.
Nice.
Very good. I know, right? Audience, what do you think? I know Chris is clapping. I think the audience, they're pondering whether they should clap or not. And here they go. I bet they're going to clap now. Good. Let me ask you, are you going to, Chris is like the 8th person now live on air to ask you to go to the Hallmark store and check it out. Are you going to go?
Yes, I will go. I will absolutely go.
Okay, now hang on a second.
I want to go.
Because, okay. That's what he says, Chris. But if you don't nail it down with Seth, an exact time, end date, and place, I'm going to go means he's going to go between now and 2035. I know Seth.
Right.
Seth, when are you going to go? Let's get the details.
All right. Are we recording tomorrow night?
If you need to go tomorrow night, you are free to go. And we'll record live while you go.
Well,
right.
I would also say, as part of that journey, Seth, that you're on, any place like a mall or that is big and decorated for the holidays is a good way to, get you sort of in the spirit, even if you don't buy anything.
Yes.
You don't pretend, but just walking through.
It's kind of cool.
Santa,
Yeah,
like
just
that.
to see that stuff, people walking around. I mean, obviously go on. People are going to be more in the spirit. But fortunately, in the next couple of weeks, like a lot of stuff has started now, like fall festivals and apple picking.
Right.
But I think in 2 weeks, they do a Chris Kindle market in the Aurora area, which is a suburb outside around here, about an hour away from me. But it's like, yeah, they're already starting. I was like, oh, that's great. I was like, hot cocoa and raclette sandwiches. And all sorts of stuff.
Those raclette sandwiches look so good. I don't see them around my have you gotten them?
I know the one in the city. No, I've
cheese?
never had one. Yeah. I know the Chris Kindle market in the city does it. And yeah, I'm very excited for that. I know I've gone on and on about it. But.
That's great. Well, and then if there's a Spirit Halloween near you, there is a chance this year that it might become a Spirit Christmas.
Yeah, is there any
10 of them? 10 of them.
Oh,
I don't know what the locations are. Yeah, I'm going to look right now. Chris,
I thought that was a joke.
No, and Seth, you told me about that actually.
It's happening.
Okay.
Chris, what I love is watching your face when Seth has a new Christmas accomplishment. You are like a beaming, proud father. It's really wonderful to see. Seth, you say like, I got a third ornament. He's like, oh, he's just so happy. Everybody loves your journey, Seth. It's like that really probably the most heartwarming and wholesome thing in American culture right now, I would say. Hands down.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely in my life the most wholesome.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of attention. There's a lot of paparazzi, but it's all worth it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is worth it. Yeah.
You strip that away though. You have the genuineness and the raw excitement.
Yeah.
So I have one more recommendation.
Okay. I love these recommendations.
I actually have a million recommendations, but it won't be the same as if you saw it when you were a kid. But I think anybody who's a Christmas sort of, you love Christmas, you've got to do this. Mm-hmm. Watch all the Rankin and Bass animated specials. So
yes,
this is Rudolph, and this is Santa Claus is coming to town, The Year Without a Santa Claus. All of those Rankin and Bass it's a must see because in the pantheon of Christmas spirit, you need to have watched those.
Yeah, we discussed that last year. He was such a newbie. He last year was referring to them as rank and file Christmas episodes, not Rankin Bass. And Seth, have you seen any of them? I mean, you had to have.
I want to say I've probably seen Frosty the Snowman. I'm sure.
Right.
But yeah, the other ones, I mean, when because they had all the characters on that beer, the can of beer from Trader Joe's, and that's I think that's what initially started the whole conversation.
Right.
And concern for my well-being.
I like that. So we need to have you watch that and cover it, Seth, right? Because that's something you did not do last year. That is going to happen. Rankin Bass specials. Yes.
Like we did like the Charlie Brown Christmas and stuff like that with Joe. And I mean, those are great, but I mean, I don't know. I guess the origin story of Frosty the Snowman or the elephant, whatever the elephant's name was, or the
the Santa Claus is coming to town. It gives you the whole sort of backstory on Santa Claus, and that's sort of fun.
Okay.
And if you remember the opening to Elf, that was definitely an homage to the Rudolph show where they've got the Leon Redbone as the snowman going through the animation piece.
Yeah, Seth, that's where they get it from the beginning of Elf, if you recall.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's perplexed. Yeah. A little perplexed.
We don't make that connection.
Elves. What the? No. I remember that. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I'm sure, like, I've probably seen the Rudolph one when I was younger or something like that. I'm sure they played it in school or something. But
Chris, know what I like? When we first started doing the show, I said, I wonder how many seasons before Seth catches up. And I'm thinking decades. We're going to be in decades at this point. There's a lot for him to cover. And I think every few
That's a
years we
lot.
can cover it again, and Seth may or may not even remember that we covered it. So that's going to
Right.
be a lot of fun.
Well, it's good progress nonetheless, Seth. We're
It is.
very proud of you. And
Thank you.
Well, I looked up the locations of Spirit Christmas. There are 4 in New Jersey, one right in Brick Township, Seth. You've spent some
Okay.
time there.
Yes, I know it well.
Connecticut, Massachusetts, 3 in New York, and 1 in Pennsylvania. So none in Illinois at all.
Yeah.
So
I'm in
Yeah.
Massachusetts, so I'm gonna have to check that out. I'll let you
there's
guys.
in Massachusetts is Dartmouth. So if that's near you at all.
I could get there. It's a little bit of a haul, but
Right. I need to get to Massachusetts. I need to get to the Concord area, but I think I said that last time. I'm dying to get over there. That's on a literary non-Christmas note. But anyway, so those are the recommendations, Seth.
Yep.
Going to a mall. You did go to a mall last year, I remember, because we posted some pictures. You sent me pictures of decorated things. You're like, Cousin Chad, did you know malls decorate for Christmas? I'm like, I'm aware, Seth. I'm aware.
I am at the center of commerce and it's all enclosed. What happens now?
I guess to transition over to the ChristmasEveryMinute.com website, the newest feature is called, as you alluded to, the Christmas lists.
Yes,
that is great.
These are just lists of any potential Christmas thing. So Seth, for your journey, check out the lists. There's lots of things on there that may help you move along that path.
Yeah,
so Chris, let me tell them
when
what.
I first.
I'm
sorry.
Go on.
When I first looked at it, I was going to your website and look at it. I'm like, your website's great. And like this page in particular kind of at first presented like a classified section. I saw that and I was like, oh, so I was looking for a job or some puppies to adopt.
Right.
No, it's really cool. I mean, you got stuff from Rolling Stone, Good Housekeeping, these Christmas Cousins podcasts. I don't know, whatever that is.
That's on there. I love that, Chris. You've been on the show at least 3 times, and Seth just checked out your website now. I mean, we're trying to get
this section.
okay.
I'm very well versed in everything else.
Chris,
lots of good stuff on there, and you'll find a couple of surprises, like brands list of how to keep the holiday vibes going from your show is on there. That goes directly to your show. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that episode.
That was a fun one. Yeah. And that was a summertime too, which was cool that it was, or like spring or something. So I like that that was there. So for those of you, just to clarify, Chris has a website, ChristmasEveryMinute.com. And you can click up at the top. He has all these different articles, but at the top, one of the sections is Christmas lists. So you go in there. I mean, 8 festive eggnog cocktails that start with store-bought eggnog. I mean, we need to look at that list, Seth, and make these 8 this is great. Because you just added this one and the CNN one. Those are newer. At least when I checked last week, I don't recall seeing them. Okay. So this is great, Seth. Eggnog cocktails.
Yeah.
We've got to make this, Chris.
So the lists are just going to keep growing and growing and growing.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Even when I was digging through one of my scrapbooks the other day, I found my Christmas list from 1975.
No way.
Yes. So I recreated that on the website. So you can go and see what all the Christmas things I asked for that year.
Really?
I've got some photos of some of those things because no one will have ever heard of them. And I've got a photo that I found from that particular Christmas. It's very fuzzy, but you can see one of my top toys requests on there, Hugo, the Man of 1,000 Faces. So toy.
That is where is that?
Great Galoo.
The Great Galoo.
Apparently, I just read somewhere that it was so weird and so creepy that Pee Wee Herman brought it onto his Pee Wee's Playhouse TV show and featured it on the show.
What is it called? Man of Many Faces.
I'm looking at it right now. Kenner Hugo on eBay. They go for $175 to $340 now.
Right. If only I saw.
So, wow. Well, yeah. What was that? Was that a TV show? It was a doll. It was a bald, rather creepy-looking hollow torso and head with vinyl on top and stuffed cloth arms.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I typed in the wrong thing. I guess I'm told.
I don't know what came up, Seth. But that's
Lon Chaney, the actor.
So you have
there's Wish Book in the J.C. Penn or the Montgomery Ward, Wish book, and so I'm sure it came out of there.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
there you go.
Wow, that is great.
So
And where is that on your website?
it's on the Christmas lists.
Under the Christmas lists. Okay.
Yeah, you'll see it. I think it's on the
Christmas 1975 Christmas list.
1975.
Oh, I see. Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So you can.
So this is what you. Oh, this is great. I love this. This is your list.
Hardy
You
Boys
wanted.
books.
Yeah. Super toe football, silly putty, Nerf glider, fruit slice. Wait, fruit slices, like actual slices of fruit. Were you?
Oh, fruit slices typical for Rosh Hashanah, or
Okay. Oh, like the candied
Oh.
ones, kind of.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Number 21, any Beatles record.
Yeah.
That gives you
This
a clue
is
that I
when-
have none.
Yeah.
Right. This
It's,
is 1975. Wow, this is a cool list. So check that out
This
on his
is.
list. 48 color pen set clay, Star Trek calendar, obviously a 1976 calendar, which would have been cool. Borden's eggnog. Imagine if you still had that somewhere and have Seth try that from 1975
Oh.
vintage.
Send it to you.
Been preserved.
Yes. In your cellar. Do you keep that like right next to your Chateau Lafite Rothschild?
Uh-huh.
Your-
On the top, but it's fine.
Yeah. This is really cool. So, wow. I think you were a bright kid too. A lot of books on here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know about the bright thing, but I did. I did. I've got
You did go to a top university, Chris. You went to top
Right.
school, so
course.
I know that. Where was there anything on this list? And everybody check it out. It's fascinating. 37
Yeah, it really
items
is
you
cool.
wanted too. Oh, and there's the doll. I see the picture. Oh, that's scary. That thing.
creepy.
A lot creepy. See it?
Hanging out at the bottom of the Christmas tree. Yeah.
Oh
So
my god.
I pulled out two sort of samples of. One is the 100 Christmas jokes that are actually funny. So I can let your audience decide. I pulled out one of the jokes.
Okay. I like
What is
that.
Vegan's favorite Christmas song.
All right, hold on. What is Seth? You guess and I'll guess. What is a vegan's favorite Christmas song?
Oh my God.
I saw mommy eating broccoli for Christmas. Is that could that be? Oh, I got a little laugh there. Okay, got a little. I have no idea, Seth.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of Christmas songs, and I got two. Oh my God.
All right, I'm just gonna break it.
We show
Okay.
Hardy Brisket. I don't know.
Soy to the world.
Soy to the
Soy to the
Good
world.
night.
Yes.
Then
I like that.
the second one is if you go into the 40 ornaments that are so weird they're cool. One of my favorites in there is a ornament of a dumpster with one lid open and fire coming out of it. So that's
That's funny. Like, I see it, a full dumpster fire. Oh, that's funny.
yeah.
I love these lists are so cool. Check these out, everybody. When you have some time, when you're at work and you're supposed to be working, but you don't want to be. There's Bigfoot ornament on this list. I saw that Jesus Christmas ornament. That's funny. Expensive year. This is great.
Yeah.
The lists are a lot of fun. The whole website's fun. I mean, there's so much. And what I like, Chris, there's like a lot of it's like a journey. You could discover things. It's kind of stuff like all over there in different corners and everything. Rolling Stone's greatest Christmas albums of all time is there. The best books. And I know you recommended to me last year, David Sedaris. What was it called? And
It was the
David Sedaris book, which is probably on here.
Holidays on
And
Ice.
yes, and I read it, and it was really great. Thank you for that recommendation. That was a lot of fun to read over the holidays for sure. So everybody check that out, christmaseveryminute.com. Do you have anything big coming up that you want to announce for maybe November or December that's going to be coming up? Breaking news from christmaseveryminute.com.
I will say that, and this will probably debut after the holidays, but I'm going to expand to YouTube and probably
yes.
Instagram and TikTok, but YouTube. So I'm gonna start trying to do interviews on there, but also things like unboxings and all sorts
Oh,
of
cool.
to the holidays. So that's the next big step after the Christmas list. But continuing to, especially now as we're really starting to kick off the holiday season, as we're getting closer and closer to Halloween being over, there'll be continuing to add and grow the mini movie reviews and movie soundtrack reviews, the mini book reviews.
Yes.
Did you knows the holiday highlights? Like right now, there's in the holiday highlights, the U.S. Postal Service has their stamps out for the holidays, and they're this holiday joy theme. We have song spotlights of songs that you don't typically hear on the radio, but I think are some of the best songs out there. Christmas in the
Chris, I have to say, one thing I found on your website that I absolutely loved was an article you did about the Beatles, like hidden Christmas record that like only the Beatles fan club members got or something, and maybe only in England. Like it was so cool. And I'm like, how do I get my hands on this thing? It sounded Those are the gems you find on the website. It's fun to just tool around on there. Right. So Seth, you're the CEO of your businesses. No one can tell you when and when not to work. You could go and have some fun.
Exactly.
All the time. Yeah. So, and then finally, I also have random thoughts on there as well, which is just, if you were inside my brain, which I don't recommend, what am I thinking about, in terms of the holidays? So,
I see that
growing the site and having fun with it, and talking to folks like you and others who are all into Christmas and on the journeys. But I did have one thing, and I know we're going to wrap up soon, but I was thinking, as Joe, the Christmas aficionado, has been on multiple times now. This is my third appearance.
Yes.
You guys should do like an SNL 5-timer or 10-timer jacket.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
Cousins,
nice little blazer with a Christmas Cousins logo for the breast pocket.
I don't know how many times, like maybe it's 20. I don't know what it is, but
right. I like that idea. At least a mug or something, Seth. That's a cool idea. Like the 5-time club and a Christmas Cousins convention for sure. Because we could have all the returning guests on, all the fellow Christmas Cousins listeners and fans. I'm thinking Madison Square Garden because there's going to be a lot of people.
Yeah. So that's big enough.
Well, now that Billy Joel's residency is out, I think, in basketball season, we should.
Oh, Seth, what about the Sphere in Las Vegas? Imagine.
That would be incredible.
That would be incredible. Like Seth's journey.
Yeah, Seth could recreate the moment where he swung the guitar into the wall like the poster is now, and
Yes, we could be there in the Sphere with your first date with Mrs. X. We could all be there, Seth.
Right. Incredible.
You guys have the best ideas.
Millions of little images of me trying to eggnog, going in that whole sphere. It's like complete sensory experience. So.
Or you could be set up a eggnog dunk pool, and we could throw softballs at it, and you could go right into the eggnog.
That would be awful.
My heart just grew three sizes with that idea. That was amazing.
Right. See what happens when we get together. It's like an idea.
Right.
It's like a thinkless tank, if you will.
Right.
A brainless think tank.
That's right, exactly. For those of you who we hear us keep referencing eggnog, maybe you're newer to the show. This is when Cousin Seth, his first time ever trying eggnog. Well, I have a clip right here, real fast. I just love this clip so much. It's how I go to sleep at night. It's my white noise. His second ever sip of eggnog. Chris, should we take a listen? Are you interested?
Yes.
Okay, me too. No, it doesn't.
I'll try another one of this. So
another sip of the regular. Yes, please.
Yes,
please. Okay. Here he goes, everybody. Second sip ever of eggnog. Here we go.
Nope.
Oh, Seth.
Oh, I think it really does have a psychological effect. Like I start coughing a little bit. Granted, I have a little something
really
going
on. You have to expand your palate. You have to get eggnog ice cream, eggnog.
I see it everywhere. Yeah,
I have all of it. Well, eggnog cocktails, Chris, we are doing that. That is 100% happening. If you'd like to join us for that episode, we'll make cocktails. We'll try. Maybe we'll invite Bob and Joe on, make it a whole party episode. That would be fun.
I would love to. Any invite that comes from the Christmas Cousins, you can count on me. I'll be there.
I love it. That is fun. And
I think
all of it, Seth, you bring such joy to the world, Seth, trying these things. I mean, you could see how happy Chris is. We're in the middle of a Monday and we're having such a great time just sitting here talking. And this is all your journey, Seth. This is amazing. So
I loved it. It's been great. And it's to have everybody along, and I don't know what's
this
going
is
to
his
come from
acceptance
this.
speech.
Yeah,
He's all
exactly.
better now. He's not even sick anymore.
That's right.
No,
yeah,
no,
you're all
me-
fine. Seth, that's the best award speech since the what is it, Sally Fields? They love me, they really love me speech, or whoever that was. Maybe I'm getting it wrong, but that was beautiful, Seth.
Thank you.
So random thoughts, Chris. His last random thought was October 12th about the Bronner's catalog. Bronner's the world's largest Christmas store. I love that. I need to get that in. I've gotten a few catalogs, Balsam Hill and the Amazon toy one. I love when the catalogs show up. It's so fun to look through them.
Yeah, there's
And I don't throw them out. I keep them all season.
And
Yes.
you can,
The Dream Book one. I think a Christmas Every Minute one would be cool. A hard copy would be fun.
there we go.
Yeah, like vintage style, like the Trader Joe's newsletter.
Right. Just keep the ideas coming.
Yeah, and the mailing list. Yeah, we can loan you our 21.6 million people. They all have given us their addresses. So
Yeah.
Seth is farming data over here.
We're going to capture everything.
It's just a data mining extravaganza.
Exactly. That's how some of his billions were made. But so we've covered it all. We covered ChristmasEveryMinute.com. Just it's like a treasure trove, a hunt, if you will, of all these really fun Christmas things from the mind of Chris, and of course, Chris and his crack staff over there at ChristmasEveryMinute.com. Seth's recommendations, Hallmark store, yes, he's going to be going. Mall decorations, yes, he's going to be going. Rankin Bass specials, yes, he's going to be going. All watching those, reviewing all of it. We're going to be doing eggnog cocktails. We're going to be going over the lists. Everybody check those out. They're so fun. And when you want the spirit, the nice thing about your website, Chris, is yes, now there's a lot of stuff to find, but it might be January, February, March, where your spirit's low when you're looking for something. And your website, ChristmasEveryMinute.com, takes you right back to it. It's like instant. It's fantastic. I'm a big fan. I check it. I just want to see more random thoughts coming. We've had to wait since October 12th. So we want more.
They're coming.
Maybe there's a random thought about Seth coming up soon, because I have a lot of random thoughts. I should type some out.
Yeah, I was about to say, to be
Seth...
fair, you're always getting random thoughts.
Yes,
none of them are related
you
to Christmas or anything else. But
I'm sure there'll be a random thought on this fantastic experience that I've had even today. Reuniting
I love that.
with my beloved.
Yes. Didn't you invite Seth to do a guest column on your website last year to write something?
He'll get to it. It's part of the journey.
yeah, I'm just collecting data. It's a lot of data analytics, getting it together. It's
more like an open invitation. Anytime. Either one of you has a Christmas essay in you, you've got a place to publish.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
Seth, we need to work on our native speaking typing, and then we can get something out.
Right. I think together we can do this.
Right. I think so.
I did have one more question.
Yes.
Seth, the Christmas movie that you were starring in.
Oh, yes.
What's the verdict on that? When is that coming out?
I think it's out. I want to say next month. That's a good question.
Let's see. What's the name of it, Seth?
Oh, we do so many, you forget. Mario
Great
Lopez
American Family, Mario Lopez. He was your underling, your co-star, your extra. Is it Once Upon a Christmas Wish?
Yes.
Once Upon a Christmas Wish. Seth's movie is coming out Saturday, December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. So you could tell they think it's going to be a real tragedy. This one. Oh no, Seth. That's terrible placement.
That's not good.
Okay. So Once Upon a Christmas Wish, with the mayor in the beloved idyllic community of Long Grove, while decorating for Christmas with the residents, Brian discovers his true Christmas wish list while magically comes true. In it, of course, starring Mario Lopez and the Christmas Cousins podcast, Cousin Seth. Returned to town for Christmas is Brian's childhood friend, Nina Myers, who leaves the lead and falls in love with Cousin Seth midway through. This sounds a great synopsis. Wow, you didn't tell me that, Seth.
I got to keep it under wraps because that actually is Mario Lopez's wife, real life wife.
Well, yeah, until she met you, Seth.
I would
see where the issues arise
on the poster, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah, no, he's in there on the other side. You have to flip it. It's like a hologram. You see him on one side. Yeah, He's there though. Well, that's December 7th. Seth's his big screen debut. I mean, he's been a cameo in many movies, but he usually disguises himself almost like a Stan Lee type of thing he does.
Right,
Yes.
right.
But this is you.
There's got to be some sort of, review of the appearance, the movie.
Frame by frame.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I know everything is just going to be scrutinized, from my walk to my fake talking and hand motions to the girl I'm walking with. Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
Do we know her info? Can we get her on air, Seth?
Oh, we absolutely could. I'm friends with her on. I would say absolutely could. I'm not going to commit her to anything. But yeah, I'm friends with her on Facebook, and yeah, I could send her a message.
Oh wow, that would be.
And there's
cool.
a good chance she won't block me. So
find out what you're like on set, how much of a diva you were, or maybe you weren't. We'll have to see about different things. So all right, I love that. So everybody, please go check out ChristmasEveryMinute.com. I'm not kidding. It's a fantastic site. Chris is a fantastic guy, and it's a lot of fun and a lot of just different stuff to do. We all have free time, but he's putting it out there for our benefit. So check that out. Thank you for your list, your recommendation. Thank you for being a friend of the show, a Christmas cousin, and joining us. And we're looking forward to having you back on, I think, for some eggnog cocktails party episode. I love this idea. Yeah. Direct from, I will be working on this week, producing this episode. So that will be happening. Yeah. Oh, that's a great one. That's going to be fun. Maybe a Thursday night in case we have too many eggnog cocktails. So
it's going to get a little crazy.
Colin's sick that day.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
He calls himself, though, when he calls in sick. He's the head of everything. So that's how it goes, including over here. So, last week he just missed an episode, and we had to go on and replace him with 2 people for the episode, because that's how powerful he is. It's amazing. That's it. But thank you again, Chris. Thank you, Seth.
Yes, thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Showing up. Drink, as Chris said, honey and eggnog. That is the cure all. Yes, the panacea for your ills. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, audience, for showing up this beautiful day. Thank you, Chris. And check us out, by the way, ChristmasCousinsPod@gmail.com or at ChristmasCousinsPod on Instagram and Facebook. And now we dance.